What's good, YouTube? Brother Derek checking in for another video. Hope everybody is doing well. So in this video, we're going to be talking about Section 8. And if y'all watch some of my last videos, I talked about some of the mistakes that real estate investors or landlords make when getting their first house. And one of the things that I spoke about was finding tenants and, renting to the right people. And that's a big thing that a lot of landlords and property investors and even property managers do wrong, is they don't vet the tenants properly, and they just don't pick the right people. And that's the biggest thing in real estate, is who are you putting in the house, who is paying you rent every month, are they paying rent every month, are they going to take care of the property? So that's the big thing. But one of the things that I learned that helps eliminate the issue of the paying is renting the Section 8 tenants. Like, I love Section 8 tenants. I love the Section 8 program. It's a lot of things I don't like about it, and I'll make a video about that in the future. But there's a lot of things I do like about the Section 8 program, and I definitely recommend the program if you have a good tenant vetting process in place, because just like any tenant, you need to vet them properly. So whether they got Section 8, DSS, or whatever the whatever they have, that rental assistance they have, you need to vet them properly, and a lot of people don't. But if you're going to rent Section 8, I definitely want you to vet them well, and vet them the same way you would a regular tenant. But what I love about the program is that every first of the month, unless it falls on a weekend, you will get paid. The money hits your account probably like three or four in the morning. But unless there's a holiday, or unless the first falls on the weekend or holiday, you will be getting paid, because Section 8 is a government funded program. And the program is basically, how, if you don't know how Section 8 works, is Section 8, like I said, is a government funded program, and they basically give rental assistance for people that are low income, or maybe have disabilities or have special needs, and they can't basically afford to pay rent on their own. And the program, from what I read, it requires the tenant to pay a minimum of 30% of the rent amount. So let's say your spot is $1,000, that tenant is usually required to pay at least 300. But there's it varies. From what I learned, it varies from person to person, because I had a tenant and they were paying 100% of their rent, and then I have a tenant currently and they're paying, it's almost like the opposite, like she's paying the 70% and they're paying like 30% of her rent. But either way, that money is guaranteed, like it's a direct deposit. I think they can send you checks, but I like getting direct deposit, because I don't, I like to travel sometimes. Me and my wife are traveling, and we just don't have time to be waiting for the money to come to the mailbox, and we got to go to the bank. And I just want it in my account. Like, that's the age we're in, where having the money come to your account is easiest for most people. But yeah, it comes every first of the month. And what I like about that is you have another person. Like, Section 8 is basically an entity, or a company. Well, let's say a government entity that basically, a government funded program. Sorry, it's a government funded program that basically watches the tenant's income. So let's say my tenant was working at Tops, and her rent, like I said, she was paying 30%, but now she gets a better job, and she's making more money. They will decide what her new rent amount for the next month will be. So they're constantly, she has to submit information to them, and it basically, and then they review that information, and they decide what her rent, what she can afford. And let's say she stumbles on hard times and she's not able to make her $300 payment, then they may look at that and say, all right, we'll cover her rent 100% until she gets back on her feet, or she gets a better job. So that you kind of have another person watching out for your tenant. And there are a lot of cons with Section 8 too that people don't like, and I'll do a video on that, like I said. But overall, you have another eye on the person. So they're watching their income. They have to submit, you know, pay stubs or verifications on their income every. I'm not sure if every quarter, every couple times a year, but either way, there's another person watching your tenant to make sure that their income is that they're doing okay financially, that they can afford their rent. So they're looking out for you and your tenant, because they know that if your tenant isn't making enough money, then they can't pay their portion, which means you don't get your full rent amount. So that's a beautiful thing. I love that. That's basically guaranteed money. That is essentially in the form of passive income. Now, one thing I will say is your house needs to be, your property needs to be, up to code. You can't have outlets that don't have covers on them. You can't have smoke detectors that aren't working. Your house has to be, functioning to I'm not gonna say a very high level, but it needs to be basically functional, and things need to be working. You can't be cutting corners on things, because you do have to get inspections, and that is something that people don't like. But that is also another way of helping you, because I don't know what you some of y'all that are landlords that watch my videos, but you may be a landlord and you may already do you know inspections here and there, and I'll do them as well. Like every once in a while, I'll you know go by my tenants. I'll go in my tenants units and I'll look around, and I'll change the furnace filter. So while I'm there, I'll kind of look around and see what's going on, make sure things are looking okay, and I'll kind of look at the house briefly. I don't do a full inspection, because I don't really have time to do that. But when I can, I go and I look around and look at things and look how things are, and make sure things are looking okay. And that's what I recommend you do. But there are landlords that don't do that, and that's how you can get in trouble if you have Section 8. Because if things go wrong, or if things aren't looking right, or if things aren't working, and you don't remedy that, you will fail inspection. If you fail inspection, you won't get paid. But also, that makes sure that you're on top of things. Like, if your spot fails, and obviously something is wrong, which means it needs to be addressed, which means they're kind of doing a favor for you, because they're making sure that your property is up to par. Those inspectors, like, they're making sure that there's no damage, there's no bees getting in the house, there's no rat holes around the house. That they make sure those things, so they're essentially helping you, and they're also second eyes for you. If you don't have time to do inspections, you have somebody else doing inspections for you and saying, "Hey, Derek, you need to fix this ceiling. Hey, Derek, did you know there's a leak in the bathroom?" And you might not even know that. So it's a good and bad thing. Of course, nobody wants to just put out money, but it's a part of the business, and things happen. Repairs happen. Maintenance issues come up. Hot water tanks, furnaces break. You have to budget for that. And I'll also do a video on that too. And also, if you want all the game that I'm giving you on like real estate and how to get started, how to buy your first property, how to live for free, so that you can experience some real freedom and travel and do some of the things you really want to do. And most importantly, so you don't have to feel stuck to that job, because I know what it's like to feel trapped at a 9 to 5. I know what it's like to feel like you don't have any options. So me and my wife created a real estate masterclass. We go over A through Z on how to get started, how to find your first duplex, or if you already have a house, how to find an investment property. We show you the numbers. We show you how to find the best tenants, and we never had to evict anybody in our real estate careers, and we don't ever plan to. So we give you all our game on our process. And yeah, so check out the masterclass in the link below. If you want a coaching call with me, I love to work with y'all. Give y'all some information, whatever you're struggling with. You can reach out to me. That's in the description below. Set up a coaching call with me. I would love to work with y'all. But yeah, I love Section 8. Like, it is the best. And I recommend, once you guys get your first property, or if you have a property, and you're looking for a tenant, put it on affordablehousing.com. That's the Section 8 website. And I believe that's worldwide. I'm in New York State, so it may be different for other people in other states. But from my understanding, they are throughout the whole U.S. So, they were to go Section 8 website, but now they're affordable housing. But it is a good program. Like, it is, who doesn't want to get guaranteed money every month as a landlord? That is the goal. That should be your goal. And that's the dream, that you can be, you can be anywhere. You could be, at the beach, and you don't got to worry about, hope my tenant pays. I hope this payment goes through. Section 8 is you're getting paid. The only time you ain't getting paid, like I said, is if one, the first falls on a holiday, two, if the first falls on the weekend, or three, if the government just, runs out of money, then unfortunately this whole thing is going down anyway. If the government collapse and, blah, 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 if that ever happens, then you ain't getting paid. But as long as the government got money, you getting paid. So, I recommend the Section 8 program. There's a lot of good things that come with it. There's some bad things. I'm not gonna say bad things, but there are some challenges that come with using the program. But if I could, as a landlord, I would have all Section 8 tenants. But of course, we can't discriminate for people that do or don't have it. And you just take what you can get, and you vet the best you can. And if you follow our process, you will get somebody good. So I hope this video was helpful. I hope you guys got a lot of game. I really value you guys watching my videos, and I take my time to really put the best videos out that I think will help y'all. All these videos that I put out is what I wish I had when I first started. So that's my goal, is to give out all the game that I can to get you guys going. So, if you guys have any questions, reach out to me. Set up a coaching call. Let it help you. Please like and subscribe. Leave some comments below. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know what kind of videos y'all want me to make in the future. And let me know what you're struggling on. What are you struggling with? Is it a mindset thing, or what are your thoughts? So let me know in the comments below. I'll see you on the next video. Peace.